called me up and
Yes, because they gotta add the money.
make sure everything's good.
Who did it?
Any Lee Cabby?
Oh, Lee Cabby, I know.
Well, I don't know personally, I mean, I,
Northeast paving.
just give me 2 copies, all right?
Northeast paving.
Control point.
Were you able to find that thing I was talking to you about?
No, we're fine, dude.
No?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have my cards on.
that's too bad.
Yep.
Report that.
This is for the resolution, the letter of authorization.
This is the, oh, wait, I think this is what I'm looking
Nope.
for. No, you have to sign it and then I'll
Nope.
take it.
Hopefully everything is well and not anything negative that we're missing him for.
Who needs it?
No, he is actually doing very well.
Good.
He's in a happy place.
Excellent, excellent.
You know what?
I wish my mother could fly.
I heard you
Funds around in the.
Yeah, she's not just a little
She's
thing.
down.
She's due,
We had a meeting with the
Oh,
president
see?
on October 20th, and they're going to meet, and they want Marty to sign, so start moving some funds around, so I don't know if you're.
Don't know anything about that, maybe they asked Jeff about it? 'Cause Jeff was the one kind of,
I actually, she
I saw an
directed
email where
his
it said,
things and actually gave me a call and said, you might not be there tonight, you'd like to be.
But I see what they were.
I'd like to just cross the legs a little bit.
Yeah.
Love you dearly.
So it's amazing.
she did, right. Who's, giving them the advice on this? I mean, those guys can't come up with this out.
Yeah, Marty just gave it to me now.
There's no way.
Okay, well, maybe Marty will.
That's hundreds of thousands of dollars, there's no way, if you put them all together in a room, the,
No, he's talking about me.
capacity is not there for this kind of stuff.
Okay.
See what the percentages are in the fund?
I do.
And on the first page of
Yeah, we're kind of.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you know, I can't tell what, how long you send or who's voting in the fund.
Yeah,
You're talking about moving 80% of the fund,
we were talking about today, we need to,
which is about 2 million.
yeah, we need to move that.
I don't think so.
No.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Well, I think that's 2 million.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I talked to Jason, I feel, I don't know, we got today a little bit. Didn't really kind of grasp what, they didn't clarify what they wanted to actually do with it.
Yeah, I
or
need
where.
to, because I need to send a response to them from,
Yeah, we
It's
need
a shift,
clarification.
they're doing lateral shifts is what they're doing there, but I can't even identify those stock symbols without looking them all up. How the hell do they?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the fund code goes on.
Right, they're fund codes, they're stock symbols, what do you wanna call them?
Right.
Fund codes. I
Right.
mean,
Based on the
they're-
word.
what they are. And just who's doing the due diligence to, or who gave them the advice. I guess that's a real thing the board has to be concerned with, is who gave them the advice to do that.
And when I was here, they had a amount of meetings or something.
if it's making money, why
They
would you
do,
move it
do they
in?
bring in
Well,
receipts to
She
change?
didn't bring me
Yeah,
that.
okay.
I told her.
That's why, that's
You can't say moving more than, you're moving more than 30%, 20%.
I know, that's what I'm saying, that's why we need to know from them.
Okay, we'll go with that. Let's go through this first.
Yeah.
Let's go through this first, and then we'll talk about that. Okay. Jay, we'll take the minutes.
Certainly.
Jason, we take the bills.
Yep.
We have some correspondence tonight. Donna Russell. We have a resignation letter from Anna Rude from the planning board. Correspondence from Assemblyman DiPietro. And one Boston Emergency Squad appointment. We have the public hearing. I think. Application North Boston Fire Company for the gala. Dawn, typically no problems with that, but.
Right, there's no meeting. Your, sorry, your rec appointments, you need to add Gina Piazza, Tony Collins.
Generally, and that typically
She's
goes.
currently a
Exactly.
counselor, you know.
We do the galas after. Starting at Rex, Jay. Got fence quotes.
I'm sorry, what's the name?
Gina Piazza.
Who's doing it? I'm doing that, or?
Did you guys all get the second fence quote, the armor one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are they, starting at, do you know?
970.
Same for Megan?
Yeah. Yeah, the other one for the 1640.
Zach, you wanna do the fence quotes too? You got them both, right? Active and armor?
Yeah, it looks like active at 14,650, is that correct? Is that a 6, anybody? Or a 1?
14, yeah, it looks like it's 650.
Mhm.
And then armor at,
It's 16,225.
do we have, with active, do we have removal expenses to know what it's
Should have
gonna
been
be?
on removal. Anything on
No. So, until we get that, should we be tabling that?
Yeah,
Well,
because there's no removal.
There's no removal on this, so it's not apples to apples.
I guess then, if we handle, like we handled the other one,
Give them 15 days to.
yeah, 15 days.
Give
And it
approval
just,
with.
Approval with 15 days, that includes.
We got that meeting, we got to discuss it, but we got the,
Right. Right, but give them 15 days to do it, and just make sure it includes the removal, they need to put that in there.
What is the bid put out as, with the removal, or was that just added in by armor fence? Was
No.
bid out
No,
as.
that was
they
It
removed.
was bid out
Remove it.
with removal.
And you put a price in.
Correct.
So he's gotta just email, we'll email him.
Why are you thinking,
It's a non-compliant bid.
Right.
It's not compliant bid.
Right, so,
so do we wanna
well, let's just.
offer them, table it,
No,
offer
yeah,
them the
let's just table it,
opportunity?
I'll send it back to him and ask him if this includes removal.
Well, if it's not written in, it doesn't include it. If it
That's
doesn't
my-
include it,
Well,
then
We
it's a
want it in
non-compliant
writing.
bid. If it's a non-compliant bid, and we give this guy
we
another
want it
bite
ready,
at the
so I'll
apple,
give you that one to keep.
and
with
the other
too.
company finds out we gave him another bite at the apple, we could have problems.
Right,
That's my
so
thought.
let's just,
Why don't I just can.
let's just table it.
Just go with armor.
That, I mean, that's my thought.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I think you got a point, because now he knows armor's bid.
Right,
That is
that's
true.
what I'm saying. That's
how does
where
he
we
know
get
it's
into
on
trouble.
his bid, we, nobody has announced
It
it,
wasn't a, it wasn't on public.
it wasn't,
It was an informal.
Was it informal?
yeah.
Not for $14,000, it's not informal.
It wasn't published,
Right,
we haven't published the,
Oh, yeah.
No.
it's got fence school.
And called probably 10 different fence companies on it.
Yeah.
I mean, we can move forward with armor.
I'll table
Well,
it.
whatever you guys want to do, it's fine with me.
I'll table because we have a public hearing one anyways.
Okay.
We have what?
We have a public hearing that we're setting for,
Mixed use.
mixed use.
What's that got to do with the fence bid?
We're gonna be meeting again
We're gonna be
anyways.
meeting for the public hearing, and if they put it in, we could do the fence one at the same time.
We can do it before we get into that public hearing.
Right.
As long as there's no chance of it has been, being publicized anyplace, I'm happy to table it.
There's nothing.
Are you kidding me? It's being videotaped here and you don't
We've
know
been-
what
we've been-
the Warner
we've
Brothers
been-
are gonna say.
Dawn started working on that last
It's
year,
already
probably
public.
called 10 or
This is a
15.
public meeting, it's
So-
public.
Well, that's a good point, yeah, we
yeah.
did just discuss the price.
End of story. Already
So,
So then it's a non-compliant, and we should be voting on armor. And that's it.
I would say he couldn't change his price, but if that price included taking down the fence,
Right.
then it'd be
Right.
fine, but he can't say,
Right.
well, that didn't include that, I'm gonna raise it.
right, then it doesn't work. Then
Right.
Armor
Right,
has
if
it.
that was his price taking down the fence, and he's done at that price, that's good, but he just can't say, well, that didn't include it.
Yeah, and then
It
we
was in
had
the
to.
specs.
Well,
Yeah.
he's also got batting, armor has batting cages on there for $525 each.
Yeah, those are.
That's
scratch
separate.
or something,
Yeah, that wasn't,
Well, you know what, I asked him, send it out, ask him if that included it, put it in writing, get it back to the board, and then we'll just email out the board and we'll make a decision on the next one, table it for now.
okay.
highway contract. You can take that one.
Is there a cheat sheet of the change, the highlights of the changes?
Yeah, for
Right.
the attached right
Yeah,
now.
right on the top.
For what?
For highway contract.
Yeah, keep going, Jim.
All right.
There it is.
So I mean your cheat sheet of what the different changes actually are, if anybody wants. I know the things we changed, and just, you know, what the actual changes are.
Yeah,
Yes.
we had that sheet from today.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah, I have a copy upstairs.
perfect.
Um, Jason, wanna do the unpaid water bills, the resolution?
Sure.
Do you have a copy of it?
Need a copy. Should have a copy.
Yeah, I've got a copy of it.
Here's your contract, Jay.
Yeah,
Huh?
no, that's me.
You said you were
Probably
moving
the
your
original.
Yeah, it's in the
Do you
original.
have a copy of this unpaid water bills?
This here. Hello.
I'll give you a Jason, I'll give you a copy of, unpaid water bills.
That's in this year.
The resolution 117.
Yep, got it.
Some truck.
Rural transit, I think that's yours too. Rural transit.
What happened to this? For the last year, Captain, get on the truck down the street and won the bid in their backyard, so.
Zach, you wanna do the application for use of facility
Return
for,
favor, somewhat Russ from Capital.
that goes with it.
There's a copy, I'll keep the original. Is that right?
Yeah. The only difference is on the trading part
Sure.
of it, you know? Right, right. The truck, if you look them down dollar for dollar, exact same thing on state bid, the truck was exactly the same price, but the
And
difference
John,
was on
I
the
did
bid.
not see,
You know, all that is, two people go to Rochester, pick it up, and all that.
Jay, you wanna take the truck?
You know,
Right.
and-
I'm sorry, the what?
The truck?
Sure.
I did not see in here Bill Solar's request for the public
Right
hearing.
before the truck. there.
Yeah, it's the one that you just asked me to take care
Oh,
of.
I'm sorry, I saw his use of facility.
Yep.
Okay. Apologies. Okay,
There's no, other events that day.
Oh, no.
Okay.
We're down to- highway storage building.
That's what I said too.
Bob can probably talk a little more about this, because we talked about it, and your thoughts about that.
Well, I think it's an awful lot of money for a cold storage building when really all we need is a Morton building or some kind of a pole barn structure. We don't need a steel structure building with steel everything, you know. I just think it's more than what we really need. It's, I thought it's too much money. And now we'd have to go through the whole bidding process again and draw up, you know, plans, and it's gonna take time, but it's up to the board. If they wanna spend the money, it'd be great, but if you say no, it's not gonna hurt my feelings.
I agree with you for what we're using it for. I thought you spec'd out as a pole barn, because it's cold storage, what we were actually using it for. Didn't expect it to come in at that much. I'd rather see it than as a pole barn.
Right.
I don't know how you
Did
feel.
Jimmy write up plans for something elaborate, or? We should have seen them.
He got into a little bit more metal than I think we need
Yeah, all right,
on it.
so back to the drawing board.
I was gonna say, how long will it take to ask them to respec it?
I don't think it, the size will stay the same, I think it's just,
Materials?
material wise and, you know, the cost of putting that material in compared to doing
Right.
it all in
Oh,
metal,
absolutely.
you know, or what Bob wants
Look
it
up a mortar
for.
building online that size right now in 10 minutes, all I gotta do is bid somebody to put it together for you.
Right.
They come in Morton actually, he comes in and installs
Well,
it.
yeah, they can.
Right, right, so, I mean.
Listen, I know how to put pole barns down.
I agree with you when we talked about it, I agreed with you and I feel the same exact
There they
way.
are,
Jay, how do you feel about?
Yeah, just go in a different direction.
the-
right?
Yeah, I
I
think
know
we
me and
have,
you talked, Jason, earlier about it,
I think we have to.
yeah, okay, so I'm gonna just table it.
Nope,
Do,
we're not
decline
tabling
it.
it.
Oh, I
Decline it,
see.
send it back to
We're-
the drawing
we're-
board.
Send it back.
Yeah. Let me take that one too, or?
Go ahead.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I talked to Jason about it earlier too, we had a few meetings and kind of felt the same thing that was out of line for what we need, and I talked to Bob about
I
it,
agree.
what the town really needs.
Wow.
Okay. Let's go around the table before I go into,
You gotta talk about the truck specs or not?
I'm sorry, did I miss something? I apologize.
Okay.
They assigned it to Jay.
Yeah, the truck,
What a difference in pricing.
I just got the insight.
Oh, yeah.
do you wanna light them, or do you want me to do it?
Well, Spur Chevrolet out of Rochester, Capolino bid on a truck down the street from them out in Rochester and took the bid away from them out there. So Russ from Capolino felt that they came out here and threw a low ball figure to
Pull it away.
take it away from them in their hometown, so.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, it's $1,600 to about difference, so they're the same truck, so. Basically, the only difference was the trade-in value on the old truck, so they gave us a lot more, so it comes out to be cheaper.
Mhm.
I mean, I like to deal with a hometown person.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, for any kind of work, or just
No
going out
problems.
to pick it up and getting it and the whole bit, you know,
Yeah.
but $1,600 is $1,600 and.
And at the end of the day,
No bumps or warranty or anything else, maintenance service?
Brand new.
Service, nothing, I should even take it hopefully
So-
anyway. No,
So that's what Russ told me about the bid.
Okay.
well.
I mean, if we had to do it over again, I think we should have put the old truck on Auctions International and sold it, and then just bought a new truck outright. Because actually, the price of the truck is exactly the same for the new truck, it's just the trade-in difference. But,
Yeah, it's the
We're
state
already
spec
done,
sheet, they can't
so.
change the price.
Mhm.
Truck's the truck.
Yep, stay good.
right.
the only thing, the place in Rochester says they can't guarantee it'll be in 3 months, and they won't pay the $100 a day difference if it's over the 3 months. He says if the factory goes on strike, he can't control that, otherwise he felt that they'll be in good shape, but Russ from Capolino pretty much told me the same thing. If Chevy goes on strike and they can't get the truck, they can't get it, you know.
Okay.
So, you know, if it's over 3 months, I guess it's over 3 months. Don't matter to me.
No, then it works out for the same, if it's in the same
Right.
thing, but $1,600 difference.
Yeah. Right, so.
So, all right. I got that. Okay. Bob, what do you got?
I got this picture of this, drainage ditch up here on Leibler Road, right below the power line.
This is the one you and I went to look at?
Yeah,
The one that's coming down into the,
into the
The
town
field?
fields, yeah.
yeah.
You can see where she had an excavator back there and dug this ditch, she filled in all the old stuff and she diverted the water and it's like a river going right down into the town park. So,
She's done more since
since.
you and I have been up there?
I don't remember going up with the one that was last year or,
Yeah.
yeah, she done.
Oh, yeah.
She's done much more. So, if it'd be anybody else's property in town, be a resident, they would do that to somebody, they'd be in court.
Yeah.
It's,
Mike, did you see this yet? This is the property that you and I visited?
No, Bob showed it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this been going on ever since the January moved in town. The problem's been, I think it initially started, there was a backup at the drain on Leibler Road, that the drain couldn't handle the water.
It wasn't at Leibler Road, it was in her yard back behind
I
her
know, but it
house.
drained to Leibler, didn't
But it drained out to Leibler, correct?
it? Right, correct, and there was a blockage there, and I don't think there's any easements for it, there was just a natural drain that went. It's kind of like an area that really has to be addressed, and I think the power line's gonna have to, the Niagara Mohawk's gonna have to bear some response. They're gonna have to weigh in on this, because it's their water.
It
It's not
comes
the town's
across
water.
their property, but it isn't their water. It comes down off the hill, I mean,
Well, I thought part of it comes down the ditch, doesn't it come down the ditch?
it comes down the channel and goes underneath the power
Just,
line.
yeah,
and
it just goes under
yeah,
the
it's-
power line.
it's-
Right, yeah.
That's a big tube.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
culvert.
that's the big one.
Yeah, well, it's just, we're gonna have to address it somehow, some way. Perhaps even taking some of the land under, not foreclosure, but
Eminent domain.
eminent domain to take care of it, to keep it off the town's property. It'd be a major thing to take care of. I mean, if that's the way that it has to go. But from what I know, when I looked into it years ago, when the prior councilmen were involved, there was no rights of way or no easements or drainage easements on the property at all, and I don't think we found any, did we?
This is the one coming.
Zach, when we took a look at it?
No, no, there was no easements at all.
The previous owner might have installed the pipe, but they always maintained it and they always took care of it.
Yeah, how far is that pipe off the road?
I don't know, 200 feet, it's quite long.
It's quite a ways,
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
200 feet, maybe
And
a
then,
little more.
and then it blocked up, now it's coming back, and it blocked up because the sediment got in it.
Well, it
and
looks like
nothing
she's
comes out.
taken that out completely.
She
at this
totally
point.
filled it in, it's totally gone, she
Yeah.
filled in everything, she cut a channel to the field and
Right,
filled in
completely
everything else.
diverted that whole.
Yeah.
So diversion of naturally flowing water is
DEC.
DEC that we should be calling.
Yeah. It's gonna be a major thing, we have to get everybody in there and maybe start eminent domain proceedings against her to get the water. But I think I wanna bring in Niagara Mohawk too, because it does come down on their property. You can't just say it runs across your property and dump it on somebody else's and say it's your problem. So, and where's the
And they
water?
do
coming-
have quite possibly the largest culvert I've ever seen in my life
The ones
Oh, yeah.
that, the ones they put, yeah.
Oh, there's a bunch of them up there.
Where
there.
does-
Yeah, I know.
Where does the water come off, where, does it come off the town right away on Leitler, or is it on private property that it comes down?
Private property that comes down.
Down.
Yeah, it's all private.
Then she's dumping it out all into the cornfield and it's making
Right,
a mess back there.
right.
But DEC should be all over that, and that should be one phone call, DEC should come out.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean.
I mean, DEC should be able to take care of that and
Yeah,
lickety split.
they'll put a cease and desist on that, she's disturbing land. I mean, they'll stop her right there on the spot.
Yeah.
Uh,
Try that approach and see if it works.
This,
Oh,
Mhm.
at least get her attention.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can make one.
put a call into the DEC off, the DEC.
When's the last time anybody spoken to the resident?
8517,000.
When's the last time anybody spoken to her?
You and
About
I had
that?
talked, you and I had spoken about possibly talking to her, we were gonna maybe draft a letter, but we never got that far.
Yeah, wasn't it? That was a
That was
while ago.
a couple months, yeah, it's been a while.
Then they spoke to her since then?
No, I don't think so. Have you spoken with
I haven't spoken with her.
her? Okay.
Some of my guys had words with her last week, but not with her.
I'm sure very polite.
And she sent us a real nice letter.
What do you know?
Oh, you see that email?
I saw a pin about your bulletin boards. I figured you might.
Can you, copy me on that?
Sure. Yeah, we should do a little visit now.
Okay. Got anything?
I got one more thing. Winkleman Road, it's been closed for over 20-25 years. I asked Marty to ask you about checking to make sure that was legally abandoned back in the day, and if it wasn't,
I
start
forgot
to
to tell you about it, you did ask me about it,
Yeah,
Winkleman
okay.
Road.
Winkleman Road, okay.
see if it was ever legally abandoned. It's
Okay.
been blocked off and closed and out of
Was that a seasonal road? That's on,
Yeah.
that comes in
Between
on
Rockwood and Fettick.
the, right, but it comes in on the east side of Fettick.
Well, it comes in right at the end of Center Road.
Right, but then it goes up across,
Yeah, up
Fettick
into
going-
Rockwood, right.
yeah, right. Who owns that? Winkleman Road.
The road,
Yeah,
the town used to own it, but it's been closed for 25-30 years. It's been blocked off and nobody uses it.
why, if you know, why was it ever a road?
I have no idea.
But are there cabins up there, or buildings up there?
No,
Nothing?
it's field. But they get into them other ways, they don't use that.
You know who the adjoining property owners are?
I think maybe McGavin owns some of it, I'm not sure.
We can look at that.
Okay. See if it was ever legally abandoned because of it.
But you're not doing anything with it, are you?
No, but you wanna make sure,
You don't need to be.
right,
Nobody's there.
okay.
You certainly don't wanna touch it if it's in question.
Right.
You don't wanna put a finger on it.
And it's certainly not county road standards from what I've seen.
Oh,
Right.
So you wouldn't go on it anyway?
no.
Next thing you know, Bob touches it, Mr. Burns thinks he owns it.
Jay, you got anything?
Nothing.
No?
Well, I have Dawn's report.
Okay. And just so you know, I did call Modern and I called Dana,
Mm-hmm.
gave me quotes on those 2 spots.
Okay,
So just waiting for him to come in.
awesome, thank you,
Yeah,
appreciate
no
it.
problem. Yeah, that one's huge, that one's a must.
The one down on.
It's huge.
Yeah,
It's huge.
the one near North Boston there,
Yeah.
is
That one's a must.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that one's a must. So I did call him, asked him to get us quotes by Friday if they could.
That's gonna be a pricey one.
I don't think it'll be too bad, but it's work.
Well, I mean, in
Catch
comparison,
him at a good time.
in
of year,
comparison to one log.
Yeah, yeah, so did call him for quotes on that,
Okay.
just so you know, just waiting for them to come.
Thank you.
Jason.
Two things that Bob and I went and looked at, is actually, Dave's here tonight, but Bob and I went up to look at Dave's property up there. I guess, you know, we still have to identify if that road is an abandoned road, or if that's a town road up there at the end of Hillcroft. And then we also took a look at the dry hydrant. I vaguely remember seeing some specs, I think it was from Jim Hannon,
Yeah,
maybe when I first came on board. We went up there for the pond that's up there, we had, I don't know if they, like I said, I vaguely remember, but Jim Hannon had spec'd out.
I think
where-
you're, we
the
do.
dry hydrant, and we have to essentially dredge it out to get it working.
Right.
Where's that?
Can you ask Jim Hannon if he still has the
Find
specs, you
out.
can email him over?
And there's a pond.
It's up on
Mhm.
the hill about.
They
They
can't, they can't
hydrant.
draft, they can't draw any water off of it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
plugged up, it's been silted over for
Yeah,
Well,
Probably
okay.
forever.
probably about a year after they put the dry hydrant in,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth.
she'll email Jim tomorrow,
Okay.
find out and we get him, we'll just send him out to him.
North or south of your property?
Where do you remember from?
Michael?
To the very end, right?
Okay,
with the-
I know we did one, that should be done. This one?
Yeah, we can look at all kinds of.
And,
Is this where it is?
well, I wanna keep everybody up to pace on the other one in the meeting that we had downtown too. That one.
It's only our houses.
So,
Yeah, right, minor.
um,
Lots of tankers in the surrounding
Just-
towns.
stay for a few minutes,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Usually.
Yeah.
One other thing, Marty, you talked
No, not
to
allowed.
Mike about doing a resolution
use
accepting
the
the part
Master.
of South Greenbrier, which I told you.
Governor says it's
South
okay.
Greenbrier accepting the
Oh,
road
okay.
resolution.
From,
South Green Drive.
from East Hillcroft to the cul-de-sac. For some reason, it was never accepted by the town according to the state, but our,
Where it cuts across to that cul-de-sac, the extension of it.
What are we talking about? Greenberg?
Yeah. That little piece they put in of road to
Uh-huh.
the cul-de-sac, accepting the road.
Was it accepted by the town?
it was never accepted according to the state's paperwork.
How long ago did that go in? 70s?
A long time, a while ago.
Oh, I don't know if it was that long ago. Well, that first part of the road between, Rollin and Hillcroft is probably way back when, but that little section at the end, the cul-de-sac was after that.
Okay.
If you can find me a file, sir, I'd be happy to take a look at it.
What section of road or
There is
something?
no,
Is there, or give them a section of, do we have anything, how many feet, section of road, anything that we can put in the resolution?
we have to measure it and,
Or if you can measure it, just, and I can just give it to my office, we'll email it over to Mike and put it together.
okay,
We'll accept it.
we gotta do that because we're not getting any CHIPS funding for that anymore.
Okay, all right.
Of anything on the lights in front of Patchen? I know you said they were gonna try to fix a breaker.
Well, yeah, that guy's supposed to give me a price. We need a new light up on
Is
the
that what
wire,
it's
the
called?
one light's
Make sure
busted and that's
it's
what
tripping
probably
off.
popped the breaker and all the lights are out.
Okay.
But yeah, I
That's all
got,
right in front of, Three Girls?
Yeah, well, three
Yeah.
of Patchen, yeah, that's why those lights have been out.
right in front of the Patchen Fire Hall.
Yeah,
There's a couple lights up
yeah.
there. And I got the other lights all fixed up and they're
Yeah.
out down further.
So,
That's the problem.
All right. Good. All right,
Who's the
making,
lighting liaison anyway? Okay, are we done?
All right, make a motion to go into executive session, to talk about pending litigation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? All right.